Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Tesu Noob and Ziggy. On Habitation Station, the latter edition, and our Terran player has lifted off his command center to go to the gold base already. In the top right side of the map, currently relocating to the gold base, is the red Terran player Ziggy. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Tesu Noob, also known as PengWin. For some reason, there's a bug where it shows you BattleNet handles instead of actual player names. So this is PengWin, GM level Zerg from Psystorm Gaming. Very interested to bring you the ZVT. Look at this strategy from Ziggy. Haven't seen this in a long time. A long time. Walling off at the bottom of his ramp here at his newly established main base at the gold. This is totally worth it. This is absolutely worth it. The lost mining time in those first, like, that's not even a minute of lost worth of mining time. I know it's a lot of SCVs multiplied by about a minute, but this income from the gold is amazing. Going for that refinery there, refinery first into a barracks. Look at how fast he can do this. Meanwhile, PengWin going for the pool first. Okay, so he might be able to get something done. Nope, that's not a pool first. That was pool first into hatch. Pool first into hatch. Might be able to get some slow lings out to cause some problems here. Man, Ziggy has practiced this. He knows how to wall this thing off. He's going to wall off this diagonal away instead of right across the bottom of the ramp. I'm not sure why this is ideal. Is he going 3 racks Reaper off of a quick gold? He is. Sloverlord scouts this out. PengWin sees exactly what is coming here. Can he stop it? Can he slow it down? That's why the pool first is there, I think, to get a couple queens out to deal with early Reaper, because that has been fairly popular on my channel recently. So we're going to have a 3-racks Reaper here. We're going to name these Reapers the Suicide Squad, as somebody suggested in a comment recently on the channel. Next group of Reapers, he said Suicide Squad. So here we go. This is going to be Suicide Squad. I did not see the movie. I didn't hear enough good stuff about it. I kind of have the system where a movie comes out. If I'm not super excited about it right away, I will hold off. Right, I'll hold off. Wait for some people that I trust to see it, and then let me know how they felt about it. Kind of general terms, without spoiling anything. And they basically all said Suicide Squad had a lot of potential and some good ideas, but there just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough about it to really make them love it. So I have not seen it. Although, again, some of the portrayals were pretty amazing, at least visually, of the different villains. But regardless, Suicide Squad moving on out, trying to murder this here Zerg player. Some slowlings trying to get a surround on that Reaper. Nope. Kitty 8 charge, pushing them back. Actually hitting himself there. Suicide Squad number 1. I guess it could be a female. There are girls in the Suicide Squad. But this one's a dude. The first one out's a dude. Second one here coming up, that may be very well Harley Quinn. As far as we know, there could be Deadshot in there. There's Killer Croc. Who else? Who else is in this Suicide Squad? Will Smith is in there. Not even sure what his character's name is. Another Kitty 8 charge hits another member of the Suicide Squad. Got to be careful with those, you guys. Really careful with those here. Queens in defense. I love the Queen defense. Good dodges so far, except for that one. One Kitty 8 charge hitting 2 of the Queens. More members of the Suicide Squad do show on up. There's another one from Australia that, like, uses boomerangs, because that's not stereotypical, right? No, of course not. Of course it is not. All right, Suicide Squad, you have not done enough damage yet. You have killed 3 Zerglings. It is 19 to 21 Harvesters. Wow, and Ninja expanding down here for his natural base. Ziggy is doing some weird stuff, you guys. Really weird stuff here. 3 Queens at the top of that ramp, dodging Kitty 8 charges like they were born for it. Another hit on their own Reapers, though. Suicide Squad is actually committing suicide with these Kitty 8 charges. Dad jokes. Speed almost up there. Actually getting Overlord speed is PengWin. This is very odd. This is absolutely hectic and crazy. Have any Reapers died yet? No, no Reapers have died yet. And it looks like PengWin's going to do this thing with Speedlings, which is, it's moderately difficult. I'd like to see Ravagers instead. Oh, a Baneling Nest. Okay, Baneling Nest is interesting. Still producing more and more members of the Suicide Squad. This may be more members of this Reaper hit squad than there are of the actual Suicide Squad. But that's okay. We're not trying to keep, you know, 100% canon here. Third base coming up for Ziggy as well along that right side. Expanding in weird patterns. Oh, free Queen. Oh, the transfuse, keeping the Queen alive temporarily, and then it does die. Speedlings. The Kitty 8 charge has really just given the Reaper such utility here. I mean, it used to be Speedlings came out, the Reapers were dead because they would get surrounded, but now they get surrounded, throw down some Kitty 8 charges, and suddenly you've got Deadlings. The surround is gone, and you can just kind of do this thing all the live long day. Holy crap, Ziggy is committed to this thing. Suicide Squad, ready to go. They have murdered 8 lings and a queen and not lost one of their number yet. We are still pumping, Reapers, now some Marines, though. Ziggy may be switching over into the more standard bio stuff. You can't do this forever, as we have seen. You can't go Reaper forever, because eventually the Zerg player is ready for it. Kitty 8 charges, tossed on down. How many Reapers does he have right now? We've got 16 Reapers here. 16 in this group. They are dancing around like crazy. Combat drugs, healing up. No, not necessary. These guys are not hurt at all. But 3 bases up, has entirely kept PengWin on 2 bases at this point, forced a ton of lings out of him, gotten a 34-19 Harvester lead. 34-19. Oh, is that Baneling Rain? Oh, shoot. I know some of you guys hate this, but we're watching it. That's why he got Overlord speed. Here comes the Baneling Rain here at this main base. Not as many SCVs as I thought there were, but boom, boom, boom. And some Lings come down to pick off the rest of them. Excellent, excellent drop there. 8 SCVs killed. Only 8, but now it's 26-21. PengWin has done a good job trying to even that count up. And actually, Lings showing up, accidentally scouting this main natural base down here in the bottom right. PengWin, see it? PengWin, do you see it? Well, he ran right past it. Right past it here. More Speedlings chasing down those Reapers. Kitty charge hitting it. Another one. Suicide Squad, an apt name for this group for sure. Flying on up. Nope, a bunch of Queens there. Kitty 8 charge hitting every single one, though. Great target firing on that one. Dude, PengWin, you could wreck this if you... Okay, he's coming in. He coming into this natural base. SCV's forced to either fight for their lives or run. Trying to run. Running right past the Lings. Not a good idea. Full evacuation. Full evacuation there. Coming up to this soon-to-be planetary fortress, but not there yet. Oh, the third base is not a PF yet. So many dead SCVs. Run them. You have Marines coming. Get them out of there. Get them out of there, Ziggy. Ugh, finally, the Marines show up and restore order to everything, but oh, more Ling run-bys in this main base. The main base may be gone for Ziggy. Holy smokes, Ling's trying to clean out the Marines here, trying to get out of there before the Reapers show up to Kitty 8 charge them into oblivion. Running down to this natural base as well. It's just Ziggy has invested so much in these Reapers that he doesn't really have much base defense. Again, the natural base losing so many units. 37 SCVs killed, down to 7 SCVs remaining here. Holy shamoly. Alright, well, while this is going on, just again, a quick plug for PengWin in Nation Wars. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's just a bunch of different countries competing against each other in StarCraft 2. I'll put a link in the description where you can go vote for PengWin if you want. Again, just incredible Zerg player representing Storm Gaming. And yeah, go check out that link. And let's see if he can win this thing. I think he should. It's 33-13 Harvesters all of a sudden. Suddenly, huge worker lead here for the Zerg player. Again, this is kind of how it works with the Mass Reaper opening. Either you kill the Zerg or you don't. Ah! Actually gets that third base. Gets the third base. Wow. PengWin's stuck on 2 bases here, while technically Ziggy is on 3. Even though PengWin has double the worker count, I don't know how much that actually matters here. That's a full wall off at the main. There are a bunch of Marines and some Hellions sitting here at the orbital command at the natural base, and that's a PF for the third. So no more Ling harass. I don't think Ling harass is going to do anything else, but there is more Baneling Rain coming on over to this third base. More dead SCVs thanks to the rain from above that is Banelings. And oh, good pull though. Great pull. And couple workers die. Not that many. Not as many compared to the previous one there. So good response by Ziggy. Saw it coming. Responded accordingly. Suicide Squad is still out, man. 16 remaining. He still hasn't lost a Reaper. This Reaper control has been nuts. Absolutely insane. Does he have any energy for an Oro scan from that orbital command? He does not. He's been spending energy well to this point, costing down mules. Mutalisks on the way for PengWin, though. And Spine Crawl at the top of that ramp. I don't see... Oh, there's the scan. Actually lost a Reaper there, I think. But killed all the creep tumors. Creep is going to recede back on in. Queen chasing them away. Don't do that, Queen. Yep, 1 Reaper's died. 1 to this point. But trying to catch back up is Ziggy. He's got mules. He's got 3 bases. He could do this. I think he can come back from being down to like 7 SCVs. Once again, if you don't kill an elite Terran, they are not dead. I know it sounds a little obvious, but man, they can come back from the weirdest situations. All right, Marines, Hellions, trying to do this thing. Mass Ling coming into this natural base, roasting them up. The Lings do want nothing to do with that. They are running. They are running out of there. +1 flyer attack. Baneling speed on the way as well. Going Ling, bling, mute a thing. Here is PengWin. And Ling's just trying to find stuff to do. I mean, they feel a little useless now. Ziggy's done a great job defending each of his 3 bases, either with walls or planetary fortresses or army. And so far it's working out. Reapers chasing these Lings down as well. Small group of Hellions roasting up some of those Zerglings. Double pumping Medivacs now is Ziggy. And somehow it's 34 to 39 Harvesters. What is going on? I mean, I know the Terran player is not dead until he's dead, but I did not expect him to come back this quickly. I mean, it's been 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes, and he's 2 workers behind PengWin right now. PengWin stuck on 2 bases. He's got a 3rd base on the way. He's trying to defend it with Lings and Banelings. The Muta's coming in, though. Muta's cleaning out these Marines here at the main base. Ouch. SCV gets some shots off as well, trying to run, spazzing out in the corner. Run, SCV. They can't run because of this wall. Oh, canceling the upgrade. Canceling the upgrade on that tech lab on the barracks there. There is a missile turret in a weird location in the main base. A couple more SCVs die. These Mutas might be it. Might be it. Coming to try to take down this 3rd base. There are Banelings. There are Queens here. Get out of there. Good focusing on those Banelings. Even though, no wait, they don't have the plus 10 hit points yet. Trying to stand in and take down these Queens. They are transfusing themselves like crazy right now, but they are all dead. All the Queens are gone. Trying to burn down this 3rd base. I don't know that PengWin can afford to lose this 3rd base. Marine count very high from Ziggy as well, but no, Lings, Banes coming in, reinforcing Banelings. They had the plus 10 hit points. A lot of dead Reapers there. Suicide Squad dead, but 3rd base gone as well. Marines trying to kill what they can, but Banelings cleaning all the rest of them up. Some units do manage to escape, but they're being chased all the way back home by these Mutalisks. Mutas are fast. Medivacs running for it, making Widow Mines, desperately making Widow Mines. Here is Ziggy and Mutalisks with the counterattack. Eddie Bissell turrets. There is one here. There is one here, but there's only one Hellion to deal with all of these Lings. And missile turret gone. No anti-air whatsoever. Come to the planetary fortress, says Ziggy. Everybody flee to the planetary fortress. Our natural base has fallen. Medivac's trying to run. One does boost, 2 boost out, but they eventually both get caught by Medivacs and destroyed quite handily. Marines still being aggressive here, despite the fact that they are severely outnumbered. They are being very assertive. They believe in themselves. Still no 3rd base from PengWin. There we go, throwing down the 3rd. He's been on 2 bases for 11 minutes, which is not a great feeling. Not a great feeling if you're a Zerg player. You got to get that 3rd. It's a compulsion at some point, is what it is. So Ling's defending this 3rd base, and technically Ziggy still has all 3 of his bases. Mutalisks going to town again, though. Here at this main base, just wrecking house, going after the replacement tech lab. This orbital command trying to run, but again, Muta's a ginormous problem. What do? You go Liberators? Trying to go Liberators. Is Ziggy to deal with this? Trying to get the Marines in a position to chase the Mutas away. Does manage to save the orbital command. Gonna land it elsewhere. I mean, maybe at this point, you just lift the barracks and bring them somewhere else. He's mined out this main base. I mean, he's mined out his gold. So that's good news. Missile turret just getting some shots off, though. I think they could take it down. This number of Mutas should definitely be able to take down that missile turret, but they're dodging it like it's poison or something. Supply depot dies. Does supply block? No, it does not supply block the Terran player, but no, PengWin is supply blocked right now. Whew, 12 minutes into the game, an intense game. Widow Mine Burrow. Widow Mine Burrow. Marines, Widow Mines, Liberators. Again, pretty much anti-Ling Muta stuff here. Boom! Big time hit, Widow Mine. 10 kills on that guy already. Marines do have +1 and stim. That must have been Combat Shield that got canceled previously. Liberators setting up a defender mode circle. Dodging it ably, though, but a lot of Lings and a lot of Banes here from PengWin. It's 95 to 100 total supply, splitting on everything they possibly can. The Liberator dies. Banelings chasing all of these units down, trying to split, but there are just too many Banelings to do it, running all the way to the safety of the planetary fortress. Banelings still rolling in to the replacement main base and actually focusing them down. The Marines, man, so darn assertive. Oh, Widow Mine's Burrow get exploded by Banelings before they can do much of anything else there. Very, very low HP Marines chasing those Mutalisks away. I think the Mutas could have won that fight, but Zerg players are so conditioned to run away from groups of Marines, despite the situations and the particular circumstances, that sometimes that happens. More Widow Mines coming in, more Medivacs. We got Marines pumping. You got Combat Shield on the way. This game has somehow kind of settled in to a normal match right now. I mean, Lings dealing with this thing against the Marines. +2 attack on those Lings, though. Pretty dang scary. Widow Mine shot. No, pull back to the Widow Mines. That's what you want to do. There's an Overseer with his army. So PengWin can see those Widow Mines. He's trying to bait them into these mines, though, but it's just not working. The Mutalisks are too cautious. A little too cautious to allow that to happen. And 3rd base fully established for PengWin. Got to feel good about that right now. Again, flying back around. These barracks have just been under assault by these Mutalisks the entire last 10 minutes. It feels like, okay, it's not that long, but still another tech lab destruction. But Still no combat shield. Making combat shield somewhere else. Actually, at a different tech lab elsewhere is Ziggy. What do we got? Run around. Mutalisks basically controlling the map right now, but Ziggy recognizing you cannot sit back and allow the Zerg player to macro up right now. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Going very Brood War style here. Marines, Widow Mines, and Medivacs. Maybe some Marauders, but not really necessary when your opponent has so many Lings on the ground and really no Roaches to speak of. Could possibly go to Ultra at some point, but PengWin is happy to sit here on Lair Tech, getting +2 flyer attack, making his mutas much, much more efficient. It is 107 to 103 total supply. This has been neck and neck for a while, ladies and gentlemen. 4th base on the way at the gold. Taking his gold base 4th is PengWin, whereas Ziggy took his gold base 1st. It's just so weird. Such a weird thing. Moving out, Marines, Widow Mines, Medivacs, chasing on in. Here come the Mutalisks, though. Not with burrowed Widow Mines and Marines. With combat shield, +1 attack, and stim. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Trying to have enough to defend here this natural base. There is a couple missile turrets and a couple Widow Mines. That might be enough against these mutas, but I don't know. Mutas coming back, picking off individual Marines just randomly sitting at the map here. I don't know if it's enough here from Ziggy to do this. There's a lot of Banelings on the ground. They have that +10 HP thing. Widow Mine shot? I thought I heard a Widow Mine shot, but I don't think one actually... Maybe it did get all these Mutalisks. Maybe. Pulling back, Marines trying to chase it. Moving on in before the Widow Mines can burrow is PengWin. Great move there. Widow Mines trying to get in the ground. Can't do it. And a couple of them do manage to get in the ground, and that's enough to chase the Mutalisks away. Turns out Widow Mine's pretty good. Pretty good at zoning out and keeping Zerg from attacking places like that. 5th base. Is that a 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th base being established at Ziggy's main base. That, again, that's how incredibly odd this game is. Mutalisks and Lings taking out supply depots, taking out barracks here at the main. Ziggy has refused to abandon this base, and I don't know why. I mean, there's nothing happening here. Just lift up those barracks, put them by the planetary fortress, put them somewhere where they're easier to defend, right? That's what you got to do. Ziggy somehow has a 20 supply lead as well, and a 50 to 39 harvester lead. Ziggy is an incredible player. Who is this guy? For ND team, I gotta look this up. I gotta look this dude up. I am so amazed that he went from a 16 3 racks Reaper all in to where he has a supply lead and a worker lead against a GM Zerg like this. It's natural base getting wiped out by Mutalisk. Single missile turret here. The repair, is it enough? The repair is not enough. Missile turret falls. Everybody running for their lives now. +2 Mutalisks in the sky are something to absolutely flee from. Pushing in here is Ziggy, trying to split against these Banelings. Beautiful splits here. Trying to bait them into these Widow Mines, but no. No, PengWin will not do it. He's been baited in here before. 4th base at the gold is under assault by these Marines. Any sign of upgrades? Nope. No sign of upgrades whatsoever. Mutalisks just trying to kill add-ons, trying to kill buildings down here in the natural base as best as they can. Banelings coming right on in. Widow Mines trying to burrow, and they do get a couple shots off there. Another big shot, taking out one Baneling, but every Baneling that dies is a little bit of a win for Ziggy there. Another Widow Mine shot. Oh, big time. 16 kills on that Widow Mine. And they do take down the gold base. This group of Marines get pick up and boost out. Picked up and boosted out the Marine. Oh, Mutas, though. Mutaflock is here. Mutaflock is the big equalizer in this match. Ziggy just really has no answer for it. He does have small groups of Marines, but I don't know if he can stand toe-to-toe with this many Mutas. He hasn't had the big Marine group. They don't have the upgrades they need either. Plus, at least +1 armor would be useful in the situation, but nope, that is not what we have at all. All right, so Mutalisks and Lings and Banelings, Mutaling Bling here at their natural base in the bottom right. I think he's finally going to clear this thing out, but guess what? Marines are here, actually picking off the Baneling count. Baneling count down to 2. The Marine count has been so good for Ziggy at this point. Banelings focused down. Great target firing there. The missile turret getting some shots off on these Mutas, but getting burned down in the process as well. The Mutas just continuing to fly around and be super duper annoying against this Terran player. Lings coming around the backside, sneaking, looking for stuff to kill. Not much there, unfortunately. They're going to come up this ramp. They might think about it, but again, Marines with medevac support, not great. Not great if you're trying to kill them as a Zergling. 5 more Mutas on the way. PengWin is kind of married to this Mutalisk strategy, and Ziggy's going Marines. So here's the thing. They can't catch the Mutas, but they can, if there are enough of them, they can threaten this 3rd base, right? And take it down again, and the Mutas have to engage. They kind of have to engage here. So it's 44 Marines versus 21 Mutalisks. Again, with this much medevac support and stim and combat shield, I feel like the Marines have this thing, and the Mutas do too. They're running away. Got to threaten that third, Ziggy. Got to make a choice. Got to make a choice. I know you're trying to chase down these Mutas, but you're allowing PengWin time to get up his Baneling count, which is what he needs against these Marines. Taking down the Overseers, though. Overseerless now is PengWin. That'll make him a lot more cautious, because there could be Widow Mines anywhere. Oh, crap. Here's a Widow Mine, for example. Replacement gold base is up for PengWin. His 4th base has been reestablished. And, oh, shoot. Widow Mine shot! Ugh, 2 kills on that Widow Mine, weakening some of these Mutas here, but that's a lot of Banes. +2/+1 on those Banes, too. All right, so splitting the Marines. Mutalisk Banelings coming on in. Focus firing. Target firing the Banelings. They just refuse to die. Again, that extra armor that they have helping immensely. +1 ground carapace, a huge stinking deal. And Ziggy pushing back. Feels like he did well enough in that situation. A Marauder absorbing a bunch of the Baneling hits. They refuse to explode on him, though. Great control there by PengWin. Splits galore out of Ziggy. We got to figure out who this guy is. Ziggy has got to play professionally. His splits, his decision-making, his macro has been absolutely insane so far. Marines coming up to assault this gold base once again. A handful of Lings and a handful of Mutas here. I'm not sure that it's enough to do it. Marines count slowly getting whittled down. It might be enough, though. Yes, reinforcing Mutalisks show up. Final Marauder killed by these Lings here with that +2 attack. It is now 98 to 71 total supply. PengWin has a nice lead, but still lots of income here for Ziggy. 38 to 37 Harvesters. Did he kill any drones there? 12 drones have been killed. 72 SCVs have been killed to this point. Resources lost. 22,000 for the Zerg and 25,000 for the Terran. Not a good look. Not a good look if you are a Terran player in this situation. All right, where are we at here, son? Where are we at? Mutalisks flying around. I don't see any sign of a hive here from PengWin. He says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ling, bling, muta. Gonna have to make this thing work. Was that a Widow Mine? I think it was a Widow Mine that was on the cooldown, because it did not fire. Did not fire. These barracks have been here since the beginning of the game. And they're still here. They've been assaulted by Mutalisks like 100 times, and yet still standing. Still standing! A testament to Terran ingenuity and stick-to-itiveness. Not Baneling Nest. Vespene Geysers are full at this Planetary Fortress base. I guess he doesn't need gas. He's got 1,700 of it here. Trying to kill this gold. Desperately, he's trying to harass these drones. Killing a few of them. But the whole stinking army is here from PengWin. And picking off Marines on the high ground, picking off Marines on the low ground. Baneling swinging in from the bottom. Again, run, Marines! Split as best as you can. There it is. There's the split. Some Mutalisks overextending a little bit, getting murdered. Still no further upgrades. I feel like Ziggy would benefit immensely from more upgrades. 45 to 34 Harvesters. Can he shut down this gold base? I think he needs to do it. He needs to do it to win this game. But will he? But will he, ladies and gentlemen? Orbital command upgrade here at this natural base. Again, it's weird calling it the natural because it's so far away from everything, but it's the bottom right base on the map. A lot of missile turrets coming in. He's trying to save this thing. What for? For the remaining 3 mineral patches that are here? I guess so. They'll get up just in time for the Mutaflock to show up. So there are 3 missile turrets against these Mutas with +2 attack. No Flyer Carapace. But some repairs might be nice here. Double missile turret, enough to chase them away, though. That just, it hurts. It really hurts. 2 attacks times 2, 24 damage per shot. Weapon speed at 0.61. Little DPS machines are those missile turrets for sure. Expanding at his 5th base is PengWin down at the bottom left side of the map. Marine count getting back up there. There have been a lot that have died so far. There are 50 on the field now, but 256 that have died thus far. Woo! Woo-wee! That is a big number. That is not a small number. That is, in fact, a big number. All right, so PengWin's kind of stabilized. He only has 30 workers, which at the 23-minute mark is not a great feeling. Infestation pit on the way. Looks like he might be going for that hive after all. Some Ultralisks, I think, would be amazing in this situation. Ultras against hardly upgraded at all Marines. Yeah, that's what you're wanting. That is what you're wanting. Also, there's the infestation pit. Is he going to go hive immediately? He certainly could. He certainly could. Small group of Marines and Marauders taking the North Zeldonga Watchtower. Might go to try to harass that gold. While the army chasing down south as well. Ziggy multitasking extraordinarily well. Scanning, seeing the Banelings, seeing the Lings, the Banelings, really causing problems. Really causing problems for Ziggy here. Small group of Lings here trying to defend the gold base. Bigger group of Lings here trying to defend the gold base. Pushing in is Ziggy. And no, the Banelings are here though. The Banelings are in this location while most of the Protoss or Zerg army is up top left. And Ziggy says, I'm not going up that ramp while there are Banelings at the top of it. That's terrible. That is a terrible, terrible decision. And he did kill a bunch of creep tumors that will slow the spread of this creep. Even as PengWin tries to push it out here. Oh, excuse me. Had a burrito for dinner and definitely feeling the effects of it right now. Woo! Burrito. All right. 135 to 153 total supply. Ziggy has a lead. 45 to 33 harvesters. This is, I mean, I've been getting some amazing game submissions, you guys. Amazing infestors on the way. Pathogen glands on the way. Making that pathogen glands upgrade before you make the infestors. About halfway complete on the upgrade, make the infestors. They will pop out with the extra energy that you need to succeed as Zerg. Lings, Banelings, again, huge number of Marines here though. 73 Marines. Very scary, as a matter of fact. Small groups of Banelings. Flank attack! Surprise flank! From PengWin. Ah, explosions all over the place. So many dead biological units absolutely going to town. Is PengWin. Wow, nice flank there. Again, superior upgrades helping immensely. +2/+2 now completed on these Lings and Banelings. It is now 124 to 67, and that is it. Well done, useless Blizzard. Bloop out of Ziggy. Ziggy leaves the game. And PengWin is victorious at 26 minutes and 9 seconds. Holy shamoly. That was amazing. Absolutely sick. Open 3 racks Reaper. Holds PengWin to 2 bases for essentially 12 minutes. 12 minutes of this game he was on 2 bases. Finally tries to expand. Loses it a couple times. PengWin does. Ziggy keeps up the pressure despite the fact the Reapers don't do a whole lot of damage until they start killing this base. Transitions into a ton of Marines. Expanding a ton here is Ziggy as well, keeping his macro up, defending against Mutalisks, doing as best he possibly can just with Marines on the ground. Again, I feel like upgrades were a huge problem for Ziggy. If he had gotten +3/+3 on those Marines, Baneling hits not as damaging, does much better against these Mutalisks despite their +2 flyer attack, and I think he might win this game. But PengWin, despite, I mean, defending super well despite being under pressure the entirety of this game, losing hatches, losing 3 hatches and 15 drones. 34 Mutalisks got murdered as well, but just kept it up, kept up the faith, and managed to pull it out at the end with a beautiful flank from the left and the bottom. Mutalisks coming from the top. Ziggy, 2 Marine heavy, 2 low on the upgrades, and PengWin comes out a victor. Woo! Alright, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.